The world's richest people aren't just getting richer, they're also ever more surprising. Yesterday, Forbes published its annual Rich List and announced that there is a new category, the billionaire rapper. Jay-Z, 49-year-old husband of pop star Beyoncé, grew up in a grim, violence-ravaged housing project in Brooklyn. Sean Carter, to give him his real name, shot his brother when he was 12 and was dealing crack cocaine by the age of 13. He seemed destined for a life of crime and prison. Instead, he is now fated by you. As presidents and business moguls. His commercial empire spans not only music, but champagne and cognac, and a large stake in the taxi service Uber. But arguably his biggest success is in convincing his army of fans and the businesses that shower him with money for the chance to use his name that he's still got street cred. Cocooned in a world of extraordinary luxury and, some would say, obscenely lavish spending, he and his wife are as unashamedly capitalist as any Wall Street tycoon. And yet those who rail against the greed of the super-rich curiously never criticize Jay-Z and Beyoncé, whose combined wealth Forbes puts at $4 billion, £1.1 billion. Here's how the rapper rose from drug dealer to billionaire. Share this article. Share. If you make it out of my neighborhood, Alabama, child of a broken home, Jay-Z and his 3 siblings were raised in poverty by their mother in the downtrodden Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood of Brooklyn. According to his mother, Gloria, Sean, pictured below as a child, used to wake up his siblings at night banging out drum patterns on the kitchen table. Music, he says, helped him survive after his father, who had turned to drugs and left the family, was fatally stabbed when Jay-Z was 11. He says he was torn apart and, aged 12, he shot his 16-year-old brother in the shoulder for stealing a ring. I thought my life was over, he says. I thought I'd go to jail forever. His brother didn't press charges. Jay-Z insists he never shot anyone else, but says guns were everywhere. He added, there are very few people from my neighborhood that make it out. Forget about being successful, I mean make it out alive. He stabbed a man in a nightclub. He says he was dealing crack cocaine from the age of 13. He told Oprah Winfrey it was normal. And at some point you become addicted to the feeling, the uncertainty and adrenaline and danger of that lifestyle. He was shot at 3 times but was unscathed. It's like there was some rogue angel watching over us, he said. The drug dealing taught him about making money, he claims. I mean, I know about budgets, he once bragged. Carter's criminal past isn't just limited to teenage drug deals, however. In December 1999, he stabbed a record producer in a New York nightclub in a row over alleged bootlegging. He was sentenced to 3 years probation. Teacher turned Jay-Z onto music. I saw a whole different world that day, and my imagination grew from there, he says. I wanted that. I aspired to have that. The ever-entrepreneurial Jay-Z started selling CDs of his music out of his car and set up his own record label to get his first album released in 1996 after the major companies turned him down. He was 26. One of the best-selling artists of all time, with more than 100 million record sales. He has notched up 14 #1 albums, more even than Elvis, and 22 Grammy Awards. Forbes estimates his music catalog accounts for £60 million of his fortune. Champagne at £160k a bottle. Aware his name carries enormous commercial weight, the entrepreneurial rapper has his fingers in many pies. He's produced films and video games, co-founded a basketball team, designed watches, and launched his own ranges of cigars and fragrances. Fond of saying he's not a businessman but a business man, analysts praise Jay-Z's strategy to own companies rather than just licensed his name. In 1999, he launched a clothing range, Rocawear, which he sold for £160 million in 2007. Its distinctive gold-colored bottles with an Ace of Spades logo is tailor-made for flashy rappers. Jay-Z first featured a bottle in a 2006 music video. An ordinary bottle retails for £235, but a giant 30-litre bottle can sell for more than £160,000. Forbes says Jay-Z's stake in the Champagne House is worth £245 million. It estimates his Dus Cognac, a joint venture with drinks giant Bacardi, is worth £80 million. Forbes puts the same price tag on his music streaming service, Tidal. Other gems in the Jay-Z empire include Roc Nation, his wide-ranging entertainment company, worth £59 million, says Forbes, and an art collection valued at £55 million. The canny performer raps about his assets, such as paintings by Jean-Michel Basquiat, ramping up their value. His £173 million portfolio includes a £1.5 million stake in Uber in 2013 that is now worth £55 million. Spent £390,000 on a nursery. Long gone, except in his songs, are his miserable days in a Brooklyn rat hole. After having twins in 2017, a son, Sir, and daughter, Rumi, siblings for their eldest daughter, Blue Ivy, 7, Jay-Z and Beyonce bought matching new homes. These were a £20 million beachside mansion outside New York in the Hamptons and a £70 million hilltop estate in Bel Air, Los Angeles, below left. Jay-Z already owns a penthouse in Manhattan's expensive Tribeca neighborhood, which will be worth far more than the £5 million he paid for it in 2004. £13,000 on 3 kilograms of trifles. Anything he touches tends to turn to gold. Crystal Champagne, Hennessy Cognac and even the Mercedes Maybach are among luxury brands that have seen sales soar after the rapper patronized them. White truffle traders in Italy were ecstatic when Jay-Z took a few friends there, shelling out £13,000 on 3 kilos of them. Trademark bit on baby's Nami. Almost the first thing Jay-Z and Beyonce did after the birth of daughter Blue Ivy in 2012 was to try to trademark her name. In their application, their list of intended use of the name included video games, plastic flags, baby bathtubs, books, movies and jewelry. The couple already have a gym clothing range called Ivy Park, and there are reportedly plans for a Blue Ivy cosmetics range. Obama says he's a role model. The blasé rapper once revealed President Obama repeatedly invited him to the White House, but he was too busy. However, Jay-Z's reputation as one half of show business's most treasured couple and a dutiful family man took a knock in 2014 when a video emerged of Beyoncé's sister, Solange, attacking him in a lift, reportedly over his infidelity. 2 years later, Beyoncé referenced his cheating in a song. He later admitted he had been unfaithful, claiming he didn't have the emotional tools required for a marriage. He said he was working to get them through therapy and his wife's support. The rappers are raking it in. Jay-Z may be the richest, but he's hardly the only multi-millionaire rapper. Forbes estimates at least 7 are worth more than £158 million, including Kanye West, Trump's supporting husband of reality star Kim Kardashian, Dr. Dre, whose Beats range of headphones and speakers was bought by Apple for £2. $4 billion, and Sean P. Diddy Combs, snapping at Jay-Z's heels with a fortune estimated at $600.